All right, welcome back to another video. We are in week 4 of the next round build-up. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to film the entire week of all the rides and everything and hopefully hit 400 miles. Today's plan, waiting for Calvin right now. Calvin's going to come meet up with me. He has no idea, but I have an 80-mile gravel route plan. Actually, it's more like a mixed surface, but we're going to head up Dog Valley, go through all the gravel that way, drop down into Loyalton, do a little loop around Loyalton and back out. By the end of the day, doing the whole thing, it should be about 80 miles with 6K elevation gain. I have the bike completely loaded up, 3-liter bladder, couple liters on my back, the light on there, so just kind of getting everything felt out. Also changed the elastomers and the stem to try this combination on the dirt and see how it does get rowdy. Let's get into some riding. You.
One man's ear now, vision so eerily clear now. Strong contacts and I just spit facts, so they all want more of me here now. They love core when it's real loud. Minimum talk when I beat out. Not everyday catch and jam, though your boy's got plans and I don't need features. Stop.
So Calvin got super excited when I told him the route today. Look how excited he is. Look at, he's working on his minimalist ultra bike packing setup. 2 1-liter bottles and a top 2 bag, that's it. For an 80-mile route. Savage.
I was lied to. Misled.
He thinks he was misled. I said, we're gonna go ride a little dirt and we're going to Dog Valley. Meaning, we're going up Dog Valley, through the woods, past Grandma's house, into Loyalton. And then there's some road, some more dirt back, and some more road. So, some dirt.
Not what I signed up for. I know that.
He's known me long enough.
Yeah.
Good news is, there's a store in Loyalton.
Stop telling my phone if it ain't family business, Uber or the plug. Stop telling my dons cause we stay family through this music or the shots. I make tunes and your boy makes chunks. I spit flames and your boy talks flums. We had days in the rough, now the rough turns smooth in the rust and it feels so good. SPR running through my bloodline from time I've been the illest, just they never notice. Close ear to the tech, man's overly blessed, upgrade man stays in the focus. Back then it was reason with no real reason, these days I spray to get over. Back then I was making beats for the world and the world said, rough get colder. So I got colder, late folks and the beats got older. Bad YouTube vids got watched and I mean non-stop to the vibe got molded. Deep down in the PC folders, sounded the up next soldier. Had times when the dome felt overly gone, but the fire still burns in the moment. Trust.
No way that I can't stop. The fire burns deep in my core. My eyes, they don't know fear. Too high for your fake tears.
Slow down, just wait. What cannot be?
Bananas. That's all I gotta say. Bananas. That is just insane view. We are 36 miles in, 2,900 feet climbed, quickly running out of day, circling around the woods before hitting Loyalton and doing a butt ton of climbing back. But yeah, it's gonna be cold, real cold.
Be rushed is great. Not everyday work and sleep, and a mind must breathe, so I bun this eighth. Them man caught in the race, me or mine switched up lanes. I celebrate life when it seems so right, so I just might party again. Start smelling my bum for a feature, music, collab, or the above. I'm never in touch if you're outside, inside, or near me at the club. We show up and the crowd show love. Stay like flexing a bit, so what? Mad hard work is deserved, but I've got more work to be done and it feels so good. It's been win after win after win. Niggas never done it like we did. Top tier, bright, man's been here writing, I got bars for the city.
All right, Red Bull secured. It's time to party. We're gonna go climb 3,000 something feet. Woo! My legs hurt so bad. We just gotta go over those mountains. That's all. That's all.
For the shubs and ting. Just stay over there, way over there. I ain't got time to be talking breeze. See me, I got options, stop them, no ups, cause I got respect, G. Blacked out windows, tall door sliding, 3 shows in a row, call what's next. Gassed up in low, but core surviving, freed up in the dome, call what's next. Fact check me, I don't take L's much, me and Kaz.
Wow. Okay, this is the first time that I'm just like totally mind blown with the suspension stem. The elastomers I have in here, that section was like super fun, flowy, kind of downhill, but it was very rocky and some big rocks you gotta watch for. No problem. Just freaking go. So sick.
Me and Kaz got a dream by any means must. Aim for the peak, high many trees, one. Hold back on the beat, don't really need one.
Nowhere that I can't stop. The fire burns deep in my core. My eyes, they don't know fear. Too high for your fake tears.
Day 2. Long ride Tuesday, aka time trial Tuesday, aka let's go have a wonderful time and getting shit whipped off the bike because of the wind. Wind's been a big thing this season so far. Every freaking day, non-stop. Feeling a little rough today. Yesterday took a lot out of me. That ride is always just a big ride, but I have not been riding gravel. I mean, that was actually like the first gravel ride that I've done on the new bike and this season. That route is always a hard route, and so yeah, I paid for it. It ended up being like 80 something miles and 6,000 feet of climbing. So it was a big day yesterday and I am feeling rough today. The legs don't feel terrible, but I am just like mentally fatigued and the body is just feels tired. It is what it is. Plan for today is I got the bike converted to TT mode. So got the road wheels on there, the TT sticks, gonna get some TT miles. I didn't get out here as early as I liked, so we'll see what happens, see how the wind behaves. Let's see if I can just noodle some 5-6 hours out. Hour and 11 minutes down, 18.5 mile per hour average. It's like goes up on the way back and goes down on the way out. Pretty freaking windy on the way out. 22 miles in though. Kind of hit a wall. Yeah, I just got kind of really tired all of a sudden. So got some flip blocks. I got a can of coffee in the frame bag I might have to dive into, but we're getting it in. That's all that matters. Just wind. The wind is just so draining, but it is what it is. Cheater sticks feel a little bit better now that I have those new bearings in my headset. I'm thinking I could probably tighten it up a little bit more, but for now, it's all right. I can relax my shoulders a little more, it seems like. Okay, back to it. Not really filming a whole lot because it's the same scene over and over and over and over every 7 miles each way. Wee, how fun. Views. if you could call it that. I believe most sane people are sleeping at this hour. That's correct. It is 3:30 a.m. Oh boy. Real quickly, let's talk about Tuesday. Long Ride Tuesday was just an absolute epic fail. I managed 2 hours getting blown around in the wind. I got it in my mind that I was just going to go home and ride the rest on Zwift. Packed everything up, called it a day, went home, got on Zwift, and was able to ride like 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. No, I think I did maybe 30 minutes. Let's be fair. A full 30 minutes. And then just scrapped it. I should have just stayed out there and just sucked it up, but I had no energy. I felt like I was just so drained from basically riding since Friday, and then the big ride off-road I did on Monday. I just had nothing in the tank at all, so I scrapped it. It was supposed to be at least 100 miles or at least 5 hours. Didn't even get close to that. And maybe I shouldn't be telling the camera before I do a ride what I'm gonna do, because it seems like more times than not it doesn't happen. So I'm not telling you what I'm doing today. Tuesday was just an absolute bust. It is now Thursday because I took Wednesday off. I am behind on this big week. I am only at 140 miles, so that means I got some catching up to do. Bike over here is about ready to go. Go play in the dark a little bit this morning before the sun comes up. Let's get it. And don't mind all the haggardness going on. It's just, I'm not an early morning person. New setup we're going to try today also with one of the cameras. So normally I have the GoPro mounted here to shoot at me and to shoot backwards towards the road. Today we're going to try this. I've got the GoPro mounted right here today, and then I will have the selfie stick on me on my pocket to do all the talking to the camera. But I figured that way I can get just a good nice shot of the road, not have to worry about the TT bars being in the way or anything like that. In theory, it's a good idea. We'll see how well it looks. Do I look silly, Mr. Conehead? Good morning. 2.5 hours in, 40 miles. Taking it real nice and easy this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous. I've hit several cold pockets. My toes are frozen, but it's supposed to be like 80 degrees today, so it's gonna get toasty at some point, and I didn't want to drag along too many layers. So I literally got gloves, this buff, which is also over my noggin right now, and obviously the sun hoodie I wear a lot. That seems to be doing the trick. Not too much extra baggage. Man, look how pretty it is today. Almost to the Genie Wah. Doing great. Nice to start in the dark, have a nice little sunrise, Just trying to get the feels for different hours in the darkness. So yeah, all good things. Let's keep ticking away. Look at that view. Oh my. If you couldn't tell by that tiny little sign, I made it to California. 56 miles in, 3.5 hours, and made it to California. I love this stretch of road though. Much quieter, less cars, beautiful country road with nice little farms. Well, some of them aren't so little, but big views. I am making my way to Honolulu, and then I will circle back and head back towards town for some more. A little on the tired side, but it's all good. Morning. One of the big things for this week also was just testing out equipment. So big one was Monday, off-road, seeing how the frame bag did off-road, how the lights and where they're mounted held up, jiggling off-road. Still need to get the TT bars out on some dirt, kind of getting used to all the equipment, making sure everything's working, and then obviously the added benefit of training with extra weight. I got a lot of weight today. A couple burritos, a couple titty sandwiches, 3 liters of water on the bike, 2 on my back, and a bunch of other things I can't remember. News! This right here, I was literally just talking about this, testing out equipment. I am so unbelievably pissed right now, you have no idea. My very insanely expensive headlight just went flying off its mount because it completely broke. Hold. Look at that. Luckily, it still works. It's got a giant gash in it now. This is exactly why I hate having nice things, even if they are important, because that is just absolutely gut-wrenching to see this thing just go flying off the floor. Yeah, completely snapped. If anybody has a better suggestion for mounting a heavy light like that, obviously I can't mount it on top of the bars when I have these on. So if anybody has any suggestions of something better, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Headed back up Honolulu. Yeah, I'm gonna do it the loop twice. Painesville, Gainesville loop times 2. It's just super pretty out here. Why not? I mean, look. Why not? Little stats for you, huh? Would you like some stats? We've got 71 miles in today, 3,816 feet of climbing, still climbing, hill, still climbing, 15.6 mile an hour average, and a whopping 154 watts average. Yeah, not really trying to kill myself today. I'm trying to go far. 4 hours and 35 minutes of ride time, 0 minutes of stop time, except for the couple of seconds where I had to pick my light off the floor. Good amount of climbing, not bad. Not completely flat and not completely hilly. A little over 4,000 by the time, more than that actually, close to 5,000 by the time we get back to heading to Geneva. Yeah, cool. Okay, more. All right, back home, showered up, ride done and dusted, but I got to show you the best thing ever. So I have the most amazing mom, hands down. After you see this, you'll understand and agree with me. She's been following my tracker all day. I told her I was going for a big ride today, and I came home to this. Straight up, best thing in the world right now. Giant turkey sandwich, some cherry Coke, and hot Cheetos. Game over. Man, I thought y'all would get a kick out of that. I know I did. So I stopped filming, I think at like right before mile 100 or at mile 100. I don't know. It was just going to end up being too long of a video for this entire week thing, so I just stopped filming basically. Insanely good ride today. Ended up with, hold please, let me make sure I give you the proper stats, of course. 161 miles. Average speed was 16.5 miles per hour. Average power was 162. Normalized was 178. 7,434 feet of elevation gain, and 9 hours and 44 minutes total ride time. Woo! Yeah, so that puts me at a 300-mile week with basically 3 days of riding. Monday, Tuesday, now Thursday. Last night I kind of decided that I was gonna take an opportunity of today and just go put in a big bike ride. There was a couple things I really wanted to tackle today. One was getting up early and starting before the sun came up. So I was out on the road at 4 a.m. That was a big one. That was kind of cool, like seeing the sunrise and all that. And then the other one was just to try to put in a big ride. And in the back of my mind, that meant 160 miles. I didn't want to share that with you guys because I didn't want it to be like not happen and then be like, oh, there's another thing I didn't get done. But yeah, I had it in my mind, if I got 160 miles today, that kind of made up for Tuesday, and I gotta say I was really stoked on that. It went super good. I only stopped one time to take a pee. The only other time I stopped was at a red light. Otherwise, no stop time. So for that whole 9 hours and 40 minutes, there was like a total of 5 minutes stopped. So that was kind of the other thing I wanted to try, was just see how far I could ride with that 3-liter bladder in the frame bag, and then the 2 liters on my back, and then all the snacks I had on me, just to see if that was enough to cover me over 160 miles, and it was. On a hotter day, which granted it is warm now, I probably will go through a lot more fluids So, I mean, it just, good things to see. Downside today, obviously, was the light fell off. I have to figure out a better mount for that. That really pisses me off, but solid day. That's all I got. Solid day. Super stoked to tick into 160 miles. That is my longest ride to date. Previous to that was the 139 miles from when me and Steve went up and over Mount Rose and around Tahoe and back. That was 139 miles. So yeah, ticked into 160, longest ride. I think I'll be able to recover fairly well. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I've got some other filming obligations tomorrow, but maybe try to get in a bike ride later in the day, and then maybe another big ride on Saturday. All right, I gotta eat this sandwich because I am starving. Guess what? Yep, it's windy again. Yep, it's a headwind. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I guess that's fair and that's on me, but just can't ever seem to get away from the wind. Yeah, made it to Friday. Oh yeah, Friday. 160 miles yesterday. Woke up feeling pretty dang good today. Legs are a little sore. Not bad. I mean, they feel more sore trying to push the power right now, but I can still push power today. That's what matters. Crazy that I think it really comes down to I paced yesterday extremely well. I kept it where I thought it should be, and in return, I'm able to keep going and I don't feel wrecked. So, plan for today, a couple hours, nothing crazy, push the power, get a little spicy, get some sleep tonight, hit it again tomorrow. Yeah, other than the wind, it's a beautiful, sunny, 75, maybe 80 degrees. Not used to riding in heat, so we'll see how that pans out later in the day. But right now, heart rate's staying low. Cool. Short and sweet today. 2 hours, I think it was like 37 miles. I actually have a crap ton of energy and really good power. Like, no problems getting into like 900 watt sprint. No problem pushing 240, 260 up hills. Like, still got a lot of life left in my legs and power. Super windy today. With that being said, I would rather do a short and punchy day today and then try to do a longer day tomorrow or Sunday and then finish off that way. Regardless of the fact I'm at 20 hours of riding this week, a little over 300 miles. I may not be at 400 miles, but going forward, that's going to be what matters most, is hours spent in the saddle, not necessarily miles. So being that I already have 20 hours logged this week and more climbing, I have no complaints with that. That's all I got for today. Let's do it again tomorrow, Saturday, see what we get into.
Good morning. Feeling a little bit run down today. It's getting close to the end of the week, so it makes sense. Everything kind of catches up with you. I did get some sleep last night, so that's good. Not waking up at 3 a.m. like I did the last 2 days. It looks like it's a beautiful sunny day. The original plan was to go for another gravel ride today, but it's a lot of work. Swap out the wheels, swap out the elastomers. I would want to tighten up the front end a little bit more. And then there's just the whole fact that if it's going to be 80 degrees, everywhere that I would ride gravel is going to be super busy with lake people, off-road people. I really don't like riding out in the Sierras on the weekend just because it gets super busy. I prefer to ride it during the week, But so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna obviously enjoy my coffee and then probably pull the TT bars off and just go do another mini Le Mans loop. So that gets me some good climbing, more time in the saddle, not a lot of miles. I think it'll probably end up being like 70 something miles, and that still be pretty good. That'll push me over a little over into the 400 mile week, or right at 400 miles, and then I'll have some extra climbing. So I don't think I'm gonna hit 500 this week, which is all right. Like I said, going forward, it kind of just matters more how much time I get in the saddle, and just that 160 mile ride was probably the most crucial ride of the week anyways, and made up for anything else that I do this week. So if I end up with a just solid another 400 mile week with, you know, a good amount of climbing and a good amount of time in the saddle, then I'm happy with that. Like I said, it'll be over 20 hours anyways this week, so it's all good. All right, I think that's the plan. Mini Le Mans loop, deal with some crazy cars going up Geiger, and yeah, coffee first, and then go get some views.
You have to understand how things are up here.
Touch them toe, earthquake with it. No, do that there. Touch them toe, earthquake. Oh no, do that there. Touch them toe, earthquake with it. No, do that there. Touch them toe,
I might be questioning my route choices today. I just spent the last like 15 miles in the most brutal headwind. Now hold, let me explain. I did change the route. It's the same route, just in reverse. So instead of going up Geiger, I go to Carson, up the 50, and then cut up over into Virginia City and drop down Geiger. So my thinking was, by going reverse would eliminate afternoon winds down in Washoe. However, I hit morning winds in Washoe, so I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had a good idea. I thought I was gonna get smart, avoid some winds today, but no. 26 miles in, got deer in the road, 1,400 feet climbed, 16. Hi baby, it's okay. It's okay. 16.4 mile an hour average. That's how bad the winds are. I was at 19 when I started. I hope it's not bad on the 50, because that'll be brutal. See what happens. Made it to 6 Mile Canyon. So about 50 miles in, and then now it's like literally 6 miles up to Virginia City. Now just because it's 6 miles does not mean it's flat. It is super steep. This climb is rough. The upside, or maybe the downside, I haven't figured out yet, is it's super headwind going into the canyon. That can be a good or bad thing. If it's blowing nonstop, it's gonna slow me down and be harder to climb, or it's just going to completely cut off and then there's going to be no breeze. Sometimes this canyon has no breeze and then it gets super hot, so I'm going to ditch the sun hoodie and climb up. First titty sandwich. I'm actually stopping today. 160 miles without stopping. Didn't stop yesterday. Been doing a lot of non-stop rides, so today I am sitting on my butt and enjoying a little sandwich and the sunny views before suffering some more. The nice thing though is once you get to the top of this, you're in Virginia City, and then you got a little bit of climbing out of Virginia City, and then you're on top of Geiger, and then you get the big descent on Geiger, and then that puts you back into town. And then from there I can decide if I want to do more miles or not. But I really wanted to descend Geiger and have that be like the finishing of the day, instead of like the finishing of the day being in Washoe Valley with the headwind. The 50 was really nice though. I had a tailwind on the 50, so I was doing like 25-30 miles an hour average for that whole 15-20 mile stretch, whatever it was. Yeah, I was digging that. That was real nice, all the way into Dayton. So, all right, lunch, climb, descend, call it a day. I think I'm halfway, maybe a little over halfway. 1,000 feet of climbing since that little stop. Definitely kicking my butt, that is for sure. Some spots are windy, some spots like this are just cooking. The worst part about this, once you hit the neighborhoods, it gets super steep. Yeah, ran out of water on 6 Mile, halfway up. Worst spot to run out of water. And that's it. That's all I got for the week. It is Sunday. I really wanted to do a night session today. However, it is 20-30 mile an hour winds, so not gonna happen. Calling it a week here. Saturday was the last ride. Finished up the week doing the mini Le Mans loop, basically reverse, but a little bit further out because I went and did 6 Mile. As soon as I hit Geiger, descending Geiger from the summit, it was miserable. It was so windy. I was getting pushed all over the place trying to get down the mountain. I almost fell over at a light, just standing at a light because the wind was so strong coming from the side. Yeah, completely was just, it was a great ride. Like, I felt strong, I didn't feel wrecked. Like, everything went good, but just the way it finished with all the wind, just wasn't great. A couple takeaways from this week. I am, one, super stoked that I did 160 miles. Really good to just see how the body did with that, see how I reacted with that. Good learning lessons in that. I am definitely confident I could ride further than that. So I feel like I am on track for this 300-mile race, beyond on track for, the bikepacking trips coming up. So stoked on that. The body took a big load this week and did really good, so no complaints there. My legs are obviously sore and fatigued, but I could easily ride again today if the weather wasn't so crap. I'll run through the week real quick, what I got for each ride on mileage, tell you what I got for hours and mileage, and we'll wrap it up. Starting with Monday. Monday was 87 miles. Tuesday ended up being 52 miles, little double ride. 42 miles was the first ride outdoors, and then went home and rode another 10 miles indoors. Thursday was the big boy, 161 miles. Friday, short and sweet, 38 miles.
and then finishing off the week with a 75-mile ride yesterday, Saturday, bringing me to 414 miles for the week, 20,636 feet of climbing, and 25 hours, 28 minutes of ride time. So comparing that to 5 weeks ago when I did the big 400-mile week, that was 400 miles, 13,900 feet of climbing, and 22 hours. Added on 3 more hours, a crap ton of climbing, and some more mileage. Do I wish it was a bigger week in terms of mileage? Sure, but like I said, that 160-mile ride was the most important thing. Being able to see that I'm capable of that, knowing where I can go from there, was absolutely huge. Yeah, all in all, solid week. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one.